Hi guys, and hello, this time from my bed. Today we are going to the JSM Makeup Academy. JSM stands for 정샘물. 정샘물 is like one of the, if not the most famous makeup artist in Korea. 정샘물 has done the makeup of the biggest idols and actors out here. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to learn a lot about Korean makeup, Korean beauty, and I'm gonna take you guys with me so you guys can profit as well. Let's go!
So let's get started. For summer, it's very important to keep your skin cooler than the outside weather in order for the foundations to stick better. Whereas in winter, it's very important to keep your skin temperature a little bit warmer.
How do you manage to remove all glitter?
I take a Q-tip to erase it, and then I take a cotton pad again.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the toner, just generously apply. I'm gonna tap. I'm gonna use the calming serum. Make sure you use very little amount and layer them as we go. You have perfect brow. Oh my gosh. You don't need to draw them at all.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna put your lip on. So by the time we put our lip, it's gonna be juicy. So feel your skin like this. It should be a little tacky. We want it to be that tacky before we start foundation. I'm gonna mix these two shades. This is light, this is fair light. And I feel like this one may be a little bit too yellow for you. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of a light shade here. Like that. So I'm gonna go to the thickest area first. We call that V-zone. I'm gonna slowly distribute that. And on the nose where there's pores, I'm gonna use the tip of the brush now and kind of swirl. The reason why I don't tap, tapping is covering, sweeping is gradation. Do you want to try the other half?
Yes.
And now we're gonna go ahead and cover a little bit more. And then I'm gonna focus on where I need to cover, which is this area specifically. Tapping is covering. Tap, tap, tap. And now we only have some spots left. So we use something that's darker than our skin tone. If it's brighter than our skin tone, it's never gonna get covered. Just spot conceal. So whatever's left over, just go on to that spot only. Exactly.
And then just pat?
Yeah, just pat or like, I kind of glide on top.
This is actually a mosquito bite. Just this one. The rest is acne, but that one is a mosquito bite.
Now we're gonna color correct. So dark circles. We need to use a warm tone to cancel out the cool tone under eye. So I'm gonna use a little bit of coral, a little bit of a yellow, and mix it with the foundation that we did. Perfect. Let's flip the brush and do the lid, and then do it on the mouth
The
area.
mustache.
Yeah, the mustache. Personal color in 정샘물 is eye color. We have 3 types of eye color. In Asia, like a lot of Asians, we kind of categorize them in 3. Red brown, orange brown, and yellow brown. The most common is red brown. So it's the darkest brown. It's like a very dark, it has a red undertone. The next popular or next common eye color is orange brown color. And this is very rare in Asia, yellow brown. So I think for you, very easily you're orange brown. But your hair color is kind of dark.
Yeah.
So it kind of clashes with the eye color. If your eyes are bright and if your hair is dark, usually these kind of people, they dye their hair a little bit more soft to brown. It makes them look a little bit more in sync with the eye color. We can do a little bit more like a lighter shade on the brow today, and then see. Or the other way is do a little bit more smoky or a little bit more like a darker liner, so we can match like the hair color and everything. So for blush, it's the same. We can go a little bit peachy. Maybe like this.
But I actually like this one. Is
I
there
really
a way
like this
to make cold work for me?
Of course, we can always make it work. What I do is 이걸 먼저 쓴 다음에 이걸 위에 덮어요. I don't go straight to this. I always use a lighter color that suits my eyes and then go on top of it with this. Because we just have skin right now. 이거를 하고 이거를 하는 게 훨씬 더 자연스러워요. 이거를 바로 하면 it's too pink all of a sudden. So do you get it? Like try to be in the middle. So whenever let's say I really love pink, I really want to try pink, then try to mix both of them together. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of glitter powder. Mix it. 이걸 mix하면 it's gonna look very dewy. Like glitters, whenever they stick to sticky surface, they don't budge. So that's why we mix it so that blush don't go anywhere throughout the day. So we're gonna do it here, but just remember, do not go below the nose line. That makes us look older. Tap tap. Bring it to the front. Bring it all the way back. Into the nose, into the chin. A little bit on the forehead so it gives like a nice connection. Good. Now we're gonna go on to contour. Do you like to contour?
I barely ever contour, but
Really?
I'm not against it. I'm just not.
Not used to it?
Yeah.
A lot of people like social media. If you're on social media a lot, like if you have to film a lot, contour literally makes the whole difference. Because you already have small face, maybe that's why. Yeah.
I feel like I have a really big face.
No! No. Here it goes inside and you don't really have like a wide forehead. So I'm not gonna contour this forehead and I'm not gonna contour here because it's already going in. 여기가 들어가면 나이가 들어 보여요. Because we kind of lose our fat here as we age. But we're gonna focus on our cheekbone a little bit and a little bit on the jawline. And we have very nice chin. So I'm not gonna go onto the chin. Tap from the sideburn. Tap, 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 come all the way out so they meet with the blush. And with the leftover, I'm gonna bring it down under the ears and then bring it all the way to the front. Now we're gonna use a small brush, same area, just come out just a little bit now. I'm gonna grab your earring for a little bit.
Thank you.
Let's say you're doing like a shoot where there's like a lot of lighting, just go a little bit more. Like K-pop idols, they have very strong contour because the light is very strong. And then now we're gonna go on to powder to finish it off.
I took
Very,
a lot.
yeah.
Should I push it down?
Blush, contour, not those areas, and we're just gonna do everywhere else. And that's it. Alright. This is what we call JSM base makeup. 여기까지가 이제 베이스예요. So for eye makeup, I'm gonna use this is like a matte prolonger paint pot, so the eyeshadow sticks on a little bit better. Like for base tone, I like to use like shimmer and matte together, and I use a tissue to kind of blot out so there's no like excessive powder. And then I'm gonna start from the middle, front, move front, back, and then I'm gonna use the leftover all the way to the brow bone, and then do the bottom as well. I'm gonna use like a darker shade, maybe here. I'm gonna start from the lash line. Cut one time, and then bring it all the way up to the crease area. And then leftover on the bottom. If you bring it all the way here, it's gonna look like this. So that's why in the middle, we're gonna do a little bit of the 애교살. Now, we're gonna curl up the lashes, go on to liner right away. Okay, and let all the smoke go away. Look down for me. You already have nice lashes. I'm gonna curl from the middle. Pinch all by the root, shimmy your way out. Friends. Do you want to try it or you want me to do it?
I will try.
Okay. Start from the middle of the lash, okay? Do not go too much to the root because it can burn you. Good. While the heat is on the lash, you have to curl the lashes. Go all the way to the root. Oh, careful, be careful.
Maybe you can do it.
Okay. And now we're gonna go on to liner. If your hair was lighter, then I would just use like a brown color, but I'm gonna use a dark brown to match in between. go inside and I'm gonna tight line. So right here. But I'm gonna skip at the very end because whenever we smile, this area meets and then it might smudge. So I don't think we need like a thick liner for you. You already have big and thick lashes. But at the end, we're gonna kind of bring out the wing a little bit. I'm gonna use the leftover gel to kind of fade it. And while you're looking straight ahead, I'm gonna get the angle. After getting the angle, I'm just gonna elongate the liner. And we're gonna kind of blend out the liner now. And then we're gonna use the leftover underneath right here. And then now, do the lashes first.
Okay.
You have to get the right spacing. Now we're gonna use light mascara. And then now we're gonna add a little bit more glitter. I'm just gonna use a little bit on the center. Now we're gonna go to the bottom. So for aegyo, I'm just gonna focus on the middle only. I don't like to do all the way because that's gonna make our eyes look smaller. Then I'm gonna use like brush like this and then use a little bit of like shimmer to coat. It lasts longer that way. Wow, your underlash is so pretty. Wow. It's like a doll. Wow. And now I'm gonna use like a brown mascara for the bottom. I like to use brown to make it look a little softer. It makes a little bit of the difference. Just gonna use a little bit of a powder underneath the eyes to highlight. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do like a nose contour. So I like to do a little bit more on the tip of the nose and the end of the nose. So it shortens up the nose a little bit. And then I'm gonna do the brow and then highlight at the very last, okay? So since we wanted to try to lighten up the tone a little bit, I'm gonna use brown shade that kind of matches your eye color. Let's just say maybe you put too much. How do we tone it down? That's when we use the hot stick. We use the hot stick to set the brow and also to get rid of all the excess.
Okay.
So I kind of press the brow and kind of melt off the excessive product. I feel like this brow is a little bit shorter and the arch is a little bit higher. Do you get them waxed or?
Actually,
no?
I do it myself.
Oh, okay.
So it's good that you tell me. Should I make this longer or this one shorter?
Just wait until this one grows out.
It goes until here actually.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, nice to know. So just make sure it grows out and then kind of try to match the length a little bit. Because I feel like this one is maybe like maybe 1/8 of an inch shorter. I'm gonna just kind of draw out like a shadow a little bit.
That's what I'm kind of considering, like, because this one is longer but it also goes down. So I was thinking maybe make it shorter and then
a little more lifted? Oh. Then you have to match it to
I have to decide. I think not one side but the other. I was unsure, so I was like, okay, do both.
Okay, decide if you want this brow or this brow and try to match. Or else it's gonna be crooked all the time. Okay, and then now we're gonna do the lips and kind of try to finish it off. I use like a wet wood tissue and then just get rid of all the lip balm that we applied before. And right now in Korea, like dewy lips are like the thing. First, I'm gonna get rid of all the lip color. So whenever you're doing like dewy lips, apply like matte formula first to get the pigmentation and then go back to the dewy. So I kind of like to do nudie base first and then kind of build up the color. I'm gonna use like a shadow brush. This makes it more like a diffused finish. Now we're gonna go and top it off with some like glossy finish. I feel like this is too pale on you. We need a little bit more color.
Sometimes I overline the top of my lip.
I feel like if we just go over it a little bit, and then we're gonna use a very light brow pencil. Or let's say if you want more like dimension here, I go on top of here. Like, it's hard 살짝 이렇게.
Yeah, it looks so much fuller. I think that's going to be my routine. I just need to buy a pen like this.
Yeah. Do you want me to write it down?
You mean the eyebrow?
Like, no, like every product that we use.
That would be good. That's perfect. I wanted to ask, but then I thought, oh, maybe that's too much.
No,
use
it's my job.
many.
Oh, let me know your TikTok
Yeah.
or Instagram.
Yeah, let's go on Instagram. You said you're active there, right?
Yeah.
You can put yours in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's you with dark hair.
Yeah.
It's so different. It looks nice. It's just a very different image.
Very different.
So that's it with the makeup class. I'm really happy I learned a lot of new things. I hope you guys learned something new as well. If you did, write it down in the comments. And I will see you next week. Bye bye!